True crime, devious deceptions in Ghetto Beach. Here we go again. You speak English because it's the only language you know. I speak English because it's the only language you know. We are not equal, said the Aborigine to the Millennial. What follows is a Costa Rica true crime story that has elements of both Jack and the Beanstalk and the Scorpion and the Frog. These situations occur offshore when unlikely bedfellows come together, each thinking that they are taking advantage of the other. Somebody always loses. Pizza Parlor Ponzi Scheme, Friday, August 4th, 2023. It was on a Sunday morning in July 2023. The location was a farmer's market in Santa Ana, a place where expats and locals gather in their Birkenstocks to shop for fruits and vegetables, meats and fish. The shoppers socialize at the countless kiosks and prepared food stands serving arepas to arancini, baklava to churipan, pejivaye to gallo pinto. A young urban millennial in his shorts and flip-flops is having a slice of pizza. He is overheard speaking English about his crypto project by an Italian native of Naples. The eavesdropper is covered in Cyrillic tattoos, and he is conversational in several languages. Let's call these two the urban millennial and Abo, the gypsy. Thanks for your support. Like and subscribe on your way in. All right, let's do this. The urban millennial had taken his Brooklyn-based online crypto Ponzi scheme offshore. Though a native New Yorker, he was a mumbler, barely coherent in English, and just this side of what might be considered a fragile simp in the manosphere. The mumbling millennial was clever and had a knack for creating shitcoins. He was adept at marketing them to gaming geeks and nerds who would use the tokens online in a highly stylized Japanese video game currently under development. Paid for with fiat currency, the coins could be manipulated through a series of exchanges and then be converted to stablecoins, or Bitcoin. Socially awkward, the urban millennial had neglected to set up offshore banking in Costa Rica so that he could liquidate his crypto, and he was now in need of cash. He did, however, find an English-speaking Tika girlfriend online, and she was tasked with helping him navigate the more mundane aspects of Spanish-speaking world of Costa Rica, like buying coconuts at the farmer's market. They were in a bind. The millennial was determined to learn to surf, and the waves of Ghetto Beach were calling. Unfortunately, the couple were short on the currency required to get to the beach from the Central Valley. Abo the Gypsy introduced himself to the urban millennial, declaring in broken English that he too was invested in crypto. In fact, Abo claimed he had a mining operation in Heredia, one which he had in fact just sold. He was flush with cash and interested in purchasing the urban millennial's coins. They exchanged telephone numbers. The two met a few more times to talk about their crypto prowess. Abo the Gypsy insisted that he would buy some or all of the millennial's crypto in exchange for cash. It would save him a trip to Panama. The millennial asked other English speakers who frequented the pizza parlor if they knew Abo the Gypsy and if they had done business with him. Abo was in fact well known, a local character, notorious in fact. He had spent time in San Sebastian jail for shooting a man who followed him home from a San Jose casino and attempted to rob him in his Escazú home. The urban millennial was told to always meet the gypsy in a public place, not to go alone, and to count the money before transferring assets. Some who had prior bad experiences with the gypsy provided links to media stories about him. Greed, temptation, and need consumed the urban millennial. On Friday, August 4th, 2023, they met at a food court in Multiplaza. The young urban millennial showed up with his iPhone and crypto wallet. Abo also showed up at the food court with his iPhone and an envelope tightly wrapped with duct tape. The gypsy put the envelope on the table. The urban millennial transferred the coins. They both left the mall. In his car, in the Multiplaza parking lot, the millennial carefully unwrapped the envelope containing his payment for the coins. To his horror, the millennial found that the bills in the package were all marked copy and for motion picture purposes. This is not legal. It is to be used for motion props, stamped clearly on the bills. By 9:20 p.m., still hyperventilating, He started making calls to say that he had been robbed, not an accurate description of the transaction. He then went to the pizzeria where he met the gypsy, but the owner wasn't there, and there was no consolation to be had. A few days later, the Aborigine showed up at the pizzeria offering to sell his bitcoins to the pizza maker. He needed cash to move to Santa Teresa, he said. The millennial and his girlfriend did manage to move to Ghetto Beach, and the gypsy still frequents the pizzeria. Conclusion: the urban millennial's attempt to move offshore and off the grid is off to a bad start. His failure to set up banking to accommodate the type of transactions he needed to do to survive has cost him dearly. The right move would have been to purchase an existing company with existing bank accounts. He could have then functioned anonymously. He didn't do so because of the cost and ended up losing as much in a street deal gone bad. Because he never learned to speak Spanish, he is restricted to only communicating with other English speakers, even if they are individuals that he would not otherwise associate with. That's how this swindle went down. It's a true story. Is it all the millennials' fault for being stupid? Is it the gypsy's fault for being a gypsy? Or is it the pizza maker's fault for making pizza? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe on your way out. Let's do this.